Born and raised, my older brother started me with his EG6. It was right-hand drive SIR from Japan. It was with a B16 Type R spec. That's what I started at as a little kid. I remember getting dropped off in school and people thought I was driving because I was on the right side, on the left side, sorry, on the driver's side, which is here. So it was fun. It was fun. And then from that, we went into a Civic Coupe, and then he got out of it, and then I started. And then it's been all a snowball effect since then.
Alrighty, everyone, welcome back to the Motive Anatomy. Today we have Mauricio. Mauricio, thank you so much, man.
Thanks,
for
man.
One, reaching out to me, and two, thank you for being the very first new Type R. So
Thanks,
tell us,
man.
man, what do you drive?
I drive a 2018 Civic Type R. Yeah, it's one of my dream cars, so it's pretty cool driving it.
So how long have you had it? And tell us a little bit of backstory about why the Type R.
So I've had it for 2 years, actually, in February. I love this car. The background of the Type R is I wanted it for the longest. It was a forbidden fruit. Before this, I had an S2000, which is how I ended up getting my Type R. Yeah, it's a great car.
So you've always been a Honda head? Oh
yeah, always, dude. Born and raised, my older brother started me with his EG6. It was right-hand drive SIR from Japan. It was with a B16 Type R spec. That's what I started at as a little kid. I remember getting dropped off in school and people thought I was driving because I was on the right side, on the left side, sorry, on the driver's side, which is here. So it was fun. It was fun. And then from that, we went into a Civic Coupe, and then he got out of it, and then I started. And then it's been all a snowball effect since then.
And so your previous build before the S2000, what was it?
It was a 8th gen Civic Si, fully built. We're talking about fully built block, bored out block, head, pistons, cams, all that stuff. It was pushing 270 to the wheels on E85. So wow. It was fun. It was redlining to 10,000, drop gears like crazy, dude. Yeah.
And then you end up picking up the S2000. What happened to the S2000?
The S2000, man, that was my dream car. I had it for about 6 months. I was the second owner of it.
How hard was it to find it? How long were you looking for an S2000, by the way?
Oh, I was looking for an S2000 for about a year. I was like very picky and particular about the next car I was gonna buy. So after I sold my Civic, I was looking for an S2000 for about a year. I wanted an AP2 specifically with low miles and clean, unabused, unharassed car.
Good luck.
Yeah, and I found it. The story doesn't end well. So I found it. I was the second owner. I had 25,000 miles when I bought it. I owned it for about 6 months, and at that point I had about 27, almost 28,000 miles, and on my way to work, someone hit me head on. So I was stressed, I was crying, man. It was my dream car since I was a little kid, and I thought I was gonna be negative on the car. You know, like you bought an old car, no one's gonna appreciate it. Yeah, no one's gonna value it. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, $20,000 for a 2005 Honda. What was I thinking? Luckily, it was really well taken care of, and my insurance helped me out big time. So they said that they've never seen a car so clean, no tears in the leather, no tears in anything, really. The paint was brand new. I just got it ceramic coated, and then, of course, I got hit. So I got a good check, nice positive. I ended up 10,000 over, so I was able to take it. I was the middleman as soon as I got the check.
It doesn't always work that way, kids.
No, it doesn't. Don't expect to buy an old car and be positive on the turnaround. It's not gonna happen. It was a miracle shot. So I was the middleman, got that check, and literally the same day went to go and pick this up.
So, okay, so now the Type R. It seems like you like to do very minimal stuff on the outside.
Oh yeah.
But then really add suspension and power pieces. When you first picked up the Type R, what was your vision for it?
My vision was to kind of do a throwback build, like the 90s EG6s, the EKs and all that. You know, very minimalistic, nice suspension, nice wheels, meaty tires, and basically OEM on the outside, be it lips, be it, you know, simple exterior mods. And that's what I wanted to do with this, you know. So from the outside, you would not think that it's been touched besides wheels and tires, but I like to build with power.
That's cool, man. You are looking in the future to take it to the track, autocross?
Oh yeah, definitely the track. So with my 8th gen Civic, right when I was about to take it to the track, something about it just, it didn't excite me. So I sold it. Then I had big plans for the S2000, and of course that happened. So every time I've been close to getting to the track, something happens. Fingers crossed it doesn't happen with this. So I got, yeah, fingers crossed. It's a long drive home.
Don't say that, man.
Knock on wood, right?
Thank you. It is a long drive.
No. It was longer for you. I think we met in the middle, so it's fine. So I just upgraded my tires. I was going bald, so I just got some new tires. The suspension, I'm just on iBox springs. So next up is just some brake pads, and I need my helmet. And then I'm going to Willow Springs right away. I can't wait. Sweet.
So then let's start talking a little bit about that. You said, why go with springs and not a true coilover setup? What was the thought behind that?
Well, I would love coilover setup, but since this is running the magnetic suspension, you know, the comfort, the sport, and the plus R mode, it's very expensive to get a full coilover set because you can't just put on a coilover set. You have to get a ECU delete kit, because anytime you lower it more than a certain height, I believe over an inch, it throws an error code and you can't even turn on the car. So while I would love to have coilovers, and specifically Tane coilovers, it's a lot of money. We're looking about $2,500 just for suspension.
This is so badass. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what amazes me, the fact that we don't know those little things. So yeah, it's no longer like that 90s Honda.
Yeah,
right?
No. As much as it's a true driving experience, you step in, bells and whistles are very limited. I mean, it has a digital display and all that, but it's a very driver experience based car. Nice. So, I mean, a stick shift, which was great. There's no like lane departure. There's no like stuff like that. I mean, granted, it has ABS because it is a newer car, and like traction control, but you know, with the flip, you can take it off really quick. But yeah, that is my plan, eventually getting Tane coilovers. I had them on my 8th gen SI, and I loved how they handled. Either that or KW. I'm kind of on the fence. KW is really good too.
Do things right, huh?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So then tell us a little bit about the wheel specs that you have going on.
I have the TE37 Sagas, so they're a little bit lighter. They're hollowed out in the back, so for lighter weight, and really cool. I've always wanted the TE37s. I know everyone and their grandma has them. Really, honestly, everyone and their grandma has them. But it was something that I've always wanted since I was a little kid, seeing Honda tuning magazines on the Honda Tech forums back in the day. Honda Tech, I don't even think is active anymore. This was something that I always saw and always wanted. So as soon as I got the Type R, these were the first on my list. So they're 18 by 9.5 plus 44 offset.
Ooh, 44, nice.
Yeah, so I have the 44 offset, trying to keep the specs close to the 20-inch wheels, which is what helped minimize the torque steer. So getting to that spec, 18 by 9.5 plus 44 offset, it's almost to that point where it'll minimize the torque steer. So I can step on it and it doesn't really pull too much, where if I would have gone with the lower offset, yeah, it would have probably pulled a little bit more. So I did a lot of research, and luckily my boys at the shop like really knew all that. So they helped me out when it came down to deciding. And then
very beefy tires.
Yeah, very beefy tires.
Not vegetarian.
No, hell no, I'm not a vegetarian, man. I like a nice meaty diet. I got Nankang NS2Rs. They're 265 35/18s. So they're about 11 inches wide when you put the rubber on it. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not really good at converting, but I think it's around there.
Wow.
10.5 to 11 inches, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I like the nice beefy tires. I don't like low profile or anything like that. Like I said, I like the old 90s style builds, and that's where that comes from.
What are the future plans for the rest of the car?
Exterior wise, probably, you know, I want to get a carbon fiber hood. I've always liked how they look. I do want to do the whole Cybon real carbon fiber trim, because I don't know how many people know out there, but that's fake carbon fiber. As much as I would love real carbon fiber, yeah. And they're charging so much for the car and it's fake carbon fiber. But yeah, probably get the Cybon carbon fiber kits and get the coilovers like I mentioned. I do like the carbon fiber hood, so hopefully, fingers crossed, if the tax return is good, right? I know everyone's waiting for that too. Yeah, bone stock interior. I would like to get the Bride Regamax. No, sorry. The Bride seats. I forgot which ones exactly. But they're a bit pricey. And since I daily it and it hasn't really seen any time at the track, probably down the road, definitely. But the bucket seat it comes with are extremely comfortable. really good. I've taken this car all over the place. It's got, in the 2 years I've had it, has 18,000 miles. And I've gone to Disneyland with it very often. It's sat in traffic for about an hour and a half because it is my daily, and extremely comfortable. Extremely, extremely comfortable. That shift knob though in the cold days sucks, and in the hot days it's even worse.
That's funny. Other than the seats, anything else? I mean, because it seems like it's perfect.
I would like, I mean, way down the road, probably once I start getting more seat time, probably do a bolted roll cage. Okay. Probably do a rear seat delete. EVS tuning from Evasive Motorsport, they have an actual plate, so when you take off the seats and all that, it's just completely flat. And it doesn't look ugly. You don't see it. Very, very clean. Luckily I have the windows tinted, so even if you try to look, you wouldn't be able to tell that, you know, there's no seats back there. So yeah, that's really the main plan I have for it. I really never have any passengers. It's just either always me or my girl, but no, the back seats in none of my cars have ever been used. So it's great. It's great. So if anyone down the road is looking for Type R seats, hit me up.
Hi, Mauricio. Let's see that B18 right here.
The B18. That's that ZC single cam, or the D16.
D16 single cam?
Yeah. That's what I thought. As soon as the Honda came out with the single cam Civic, the Civic Si 1.5 turbo, I'm like, why? Like, did they just go all over the Instagram pages and see everyone's D15 turbo? And then, of course, they were the first ones to 400 before the Type R. I was like, fuck.
So what you're saying is you overpaid for a car with fake carbon fiber.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So tell us a little about the engine compartment, because something that you mentioned is that you like to keep it very stock looking.
Oh yeah, especially being in California and LA. Cops are hot out here, so I've already been pulled over twice for my exhaust. Luckily, it's only been, you know, like a $250 ticket, even after the new exhaust law. But with that in mind, I didn't want to do too much that stood out. As much as I love clean bays, and maybe once I get another daily, that's something I'm probably going to look at. But if you were to look, it's dirty, it's driven, stock airbox still. I didn't want to overpay $1,500 for an intake. So as much, it's an intake at the end of the day, you know. So I kept it stock. I have the 3-inch downpipe, 3-inch front pipe, all by K-tuned. I got a sensor extension, so it's really not plugged into anything, but it looks like it's plugged in, so if I get pulled over, I'm good. I got the 3-inch charge pipe, all in wrinkle black. Again, less attention is better. So it's running all 3-inch piping from the turbo back, 3-inch piping into the intercoolers, and a complete stock turbo, looking into something once they get a little bit better. Also a fuel management system, since Honda just came out with E85 pump, the injectors, high pressure fuel rail, but they want $3,000 for it. Ooh. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. That is something I'm looking forward to. But yeah, I'd like to keep it stock looking, so if I ever get my hood popped, I ain't got too much to hide.
So has it been dynoed? It's
been dynoed, yes. It's been dynoed by my boy Rob, Compton Rob, over at Race Front Wheel Drive. It put down 352 to the wheels with 339 foot-pounds of torque. Nice. So, and that's on a modest tune, so I don't blow a hole through the block, and it's all on pump gas. Ooh. I would like to be on E85, but I had it on, when I had it on my 8th gen, it was a mission, especially in the valley. There's not that many E85 pumps.
Really?
Yeah, there was one on Roxford, and that's off the 5, and you gotta like sit in traffic with trailers and all that. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't worth it for me, especially since I get off of work a little bit later in the day. It's too much of a headache.
So then the future plans for them is, you said, fuel system?
Fuel management system, definitely. I do want to be able to, right now what's limiting a lot of the Type Rs, it's fuel. So there's room for more, but the fuel pump isn't getting to it, the fuel rail, the fuel injectors. So that's something that once you can feed more fuel to it, I'm sure you can get higher numbers. So I want to get closer to 400 on pump. Almost there. Wow. Almost there. And then also PRL just released the 3-inch turbo inlet pipe. So that's about the last bolt-on I want to do right before I get back onto the dyno. Yeah, dude. For me, it's always been about the number gains. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I mean, cars that look nice are great. Don't get me wrong. No hate on that. But I mean, I like to.
He's hating.
No, I'm not hating. I'm hating.
When they say I'm not hating, it means you're hating.
No, I'm not hating.
So you've been the guy who's been commenting on this section, all show, no go.
No, I don't even comment. I don't even comment on YouTube. I don't comment.
Okay.
Nah, yeah, but for me, it's always been, you know, like, it looks nice. Make sure it drives just as good, you know. And that's always been the mod for me. So it's been fun. It's definitely been fun, and I can't wait to make it a whole lot faster, I believe.
So what kind of exhaust system do you have?
I have the engine exhaust system. I didn't know they made exhaust systems up until we were at IBOC meet 2 years ago. Literally a month or two after I bought the car, I was at the IBOC meet, and I walked by the engine booth. And I was surprised that they had an exhaust. I'm like, I thought they just did intakes. I looked at it. It was a true 3-inch pipe, no cat, no resonator, not California friendly. So it was great. It was great. Nice.
I want it.
Yeah, signed me up. And it hadn't released yet. So they had a special price because I guess they didn't want to take it back from the show. So they really hooked me up. Brand new in box. And I was looking at other exhaust systems at the time, but for the power that I wanted, for the numbers I wanted, I knew that a true free-flowing 3-inch exhaust was best. And since, again, it had no resonators, no catalytic converters, complete straight 3-inch pipe, it was the main reason it sold me on it. Yeah, so it's got the nice blue burnt titanium tips and all that, but extremely loud, a little droney.
First of all, thank you, Mauricio, for making the drive. It was like a 35-40 minute drive for you.
Thank you, dude. Thank you.
Thank you for reaching out. Honestly, I learned a lot about this car that I didn't know. But anything that you forgot about future plans? Any shout-outs, man?
Future plans? No. I mean, I don't want it to be too much of an attention grabber. As much as I love carbon fiber and all that, it's just an attention grabber. And
let me just get this loud as exhaust system.
That is very attention grabby, but my reasoning behind it is the numbers.
Okay, cool.
No, you're right. But as far as like I like it how it is. Again, going back to the 90s build, the early 2000s builds, those simple clean cars that were always on covers, it was always like this, it barely touched. It was a mix between OEM and aftermarket, and I think that's the perfect balance, between OEM and aftermarket, and that's what I'm going for. So probably just the carbon fiber hood, the real carbon fiber pieces, maybe the carbon fiber trim on the spoiler, and more numbers, higher numbers. And as far as shout outs, big thank you to my girl. She doesn't complain. She's actually very supportive, so I've been very lucky. She actually enjoys when I'm looking at parts on the website, and she always asks, so big supporter. Also, my older brother, Giovanni, man, he's the one that got me into it, and I don't think I could ever imagine my life any other way without Hondas in my life. So thanks to him. Also big shout out to my boy Robbie and Brandon at Garagers. They're the ones that have touched all my cars. They're the ones that I trust with my life. They're the ones that I trust with my money and my builds. So they're the ones that really have helped me out. They're OGs in the game as well. They're like big brothers to me. And CPT Rob over at Race Front Wheel Drive to get the sick ass tune on this, dude, because with the rolling anti-lag and the two-step, it's fun, dude. It's extremely fun. So big thanks to them, definitely.
Cool, man. Mauricio, thank you so much.
No, thank you, man. It was an honor and pleasure, man. Keep doing what you're doing. I love it, man. It really is great to see that there's like-minded people out there that are, have Honda and cars in their blood, dude, and that's what makes me happy. Like, I was going through YouTube and I saw this, and I'm like, man, this is great. This is great. So again, thank you for helping out the community.
Which was the first video that you saw?
The first video I saw was the white EG. I know you've had a few. The one with the wider fenders. I forgot what motor he had. I think he had the H2B.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, easy.
Yeah, there you go. His EG was sick, dude.
That was the first dislike. Huh?
No, that wasn't the first dislike. What do you mean? He had a clean EG.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that one was clean, and then ever since then I've just been watching. Tommy LA EK, that one is great, dude. That one's great. Everyone that you've had, man, it's just been so great. Like it's crazy. They're all like local, and I didn't know that.
Well, it's people like you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Old school Honda builders, and even some new cats.
Yeah.
But ultimately, is the love for the passion.
Yeah.
The love for the passion of building cars. So.
And
dude,
it's timeless.
I couldn't do it without you guys.
No, thank you. It's timeless.
Thank you, man, and I'm looking forward to seeing the progress in your car, man.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
And go Angels. Dude, yeah. One lag. I'm like waiting for the boost to kick in. I'm like, no, it's still going fast. Pero sonríe.
Where do you want to meet back up at or something? Huh?
Are you J Balvin?
Oh, look at that. I don't listen to that. A lot of country and grunge in this car. I'm dead serious.
For reals?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And that's Pearl Jam. Before that, I was listening to Osborne Brothers. A lot of country.
Che depresión, no? Oh, this is Steffi said?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh man.
I think that was like 7 pounds.
That was like 2,000 RPM, and I was already scared.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Keep going straight.
Yeah.
So it makes a little bit more sense. The compression on my Civic was I believe 13/1, so it was extreme high compression, dude. Like, and it was so rev happy. Like, it would just, dude, you tap the gas, bouncing off 10,000 RPM.